Shus, the Rav. The world over, we are saying extra Tehillim, and if I would ask you which Tehillim do you think are being said, I think the consensus would be many different ones, but the two Shehamalas and Shir Lama Alois are the ones that are most commonly said B'Loshen Tza'oka, B'Loshen Bakosha, and they have become in our minds almost like twin Tehillim. The message is one, Rabbi Shalom save us. But if we examine carefully the two Tehillim, we'll see that they are very, very different. Each one has a very different purpose, a very different thrust, a very different message. Let's start with Shir Lama Alois, Esayin Alehorim. So Rabbeinu Bachai says, I brought some extras to do it, and the Olam might appreciate it. The Rabbeinu Bachai says, if you look, you'll see one word repeated 6 times, and that's the Lashon of Shmira. 6 times in this Tehillim we talk about the Eibishter is a Shomer, because that is the essence of the Mizmah. The Rebbeinu Shalom is the Shomer Amo Yisrael. And why 6 times, says Rabbeinu Bachai? Because the world has Sheish Ketzavos, there are 6 directions, and Eibishter provides protection for us in every one of those directions, in the same way as we shake and we menanea the Abba Minim in all Sheish Ketzavos to give us that protection from all sides. That's the 6 Lashonos of Shmir that we say in this Mizmah. Now, the Shmira that we're talking about is not only a physical Shmira, but it's a Shmira Ruchnius too. Hashem Yishma'acha Mikol Ra, says the Sforno. Ra can refer to the Yetzer Hara, one of the names of the Yetzer Hara. Yishma es nafshecha, anefesh, aneshama. So our bakosh over here is all encompassing. We're asking the Rebbeinu Shalom for Shmira in every single direction. And says the Baal Shari Oira, one of the early Sfarim, a Mekubal, a Kadmoin, he says that it's mind-boggling how much Shmira is being discussed over here. Hashem, Hinei Leyonim v'lo Yishon Shemezah. We don't find this Lashon anywhere else. The Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't, for a second, he's not Masiach Das from his Klal Yisrael. What does that mean? When was the last time that you got hit by the sun or the moon? The Pasuk says in the beginning of Bereshis that the Eibishter gave them a memshala. They are totally in control. The sun during the day, the koyach hachamimus, and the moon at night to the koyach hakriris, cold. And they are so powerful, together with all the other galgalim, halyonim, koychovim, that they're totally shoylet, v'limshol, says the Pasuk, but over you, Klal Yisrael, they don't have any koyach. The Baruch Shem protects his Klal Yisrael totally. So that's the flavor of this Mizmah. And it's very interesting, this week's Parasha, beginning of the Parasha, this Mizmah is brought down, and it's Yaakov Avinu who is saying this Mizmah, Shil Hamas, Esainai Hoim, Esainai Lehoirim, Limilfonai, Abdonai, Me'ain Yove Ezri. When Eliezer came to bring Rivka, he came with so much property, with so much wealth, and Aniloi Nezem Echav Le'tzomad Echad. It had been stolen from him. I'm coming totally empty-handed. Ezimim Hashem, Alitein Lamoit Raglecha, Hashem Yishmoch Mikaro Me'esav Milovon, Yishmo Es Nafshecha Mimalach Hamoves, Hashem Yishmo Tzeischa Ve'echa Vayetze Yaakov. Every part of this is going on Yaakov Avinu, and it's very interesting because his tefillah was heard. You know, we say in a different Mizmah, which is also very important for an Eis Tzara, Yancha Hashem B'Yom Tzara, Yisagevecha, the Rebbe should answer you, and he should strengthen you. Who should strengthen you? The shame of the Rebbeinu Shalom. Which shame? The shame of Elekei Yaakov. Why do we pick Yaakov more than any of the other others? Says the Radak, for a very important reason. Yaakov Avinu had more tzaros in his life than Avram v'Yitzchak. The tzaros of Esav, the tzaros of Lavan, the tzaros of Dinah, the tzaros of Yosef. Tichsiv, like Yaakov Avinu himself comments at the end of his life, Lokel ha'oina oisi b'yoyim tzarosi. That Lachein Amalhem David Yisrael. So David is saying to Klal Yisrael, when he says, Yisagev Hashem Elokei Yaakov, Misha Ona LeYaakov Avichem Hu Ya'aneh Lochem. The same way the Rebbeinu Shalom answered Yaakov. And in which way did he answer Yaakov? With this gewaltige Shmira. Yaakov himself cries out on his way, leaving his father's home. He cries out, Rebbeinu Shalom, have Rachmanis, be shoyimem. And his tefillos were answered. And not only in a gashmistic way, but in a ruchnistic way. The Nesiva says in the Haggadah a fascinating thing, that look at Beis Lavan. Beis Lavan, Bikesh Lavan, Parla Gazel Aschayim, Bikesh Lakes Hakoil. What does that mean? There was a tremendous Zoyamah, and Lavan was the father of the Imohis, and Yaakov had to go there to remove the Zoyamah, but Lavan was fighting with him. He was trying to mafatim hachavodah zara lahaknes lehem deus nochrios, and the Eibishter gave a tremendous shmira of all places. Imagine having to bring up the Shvatim in the Vatican. That's where they're going to be born. That's where they're going to have their formative years, in a place that's the biggest stira to Yiddishkeit, and that's what happened. So Yaakov Avinu was zeicha not only to shmira gashmis, to shmira ruchnis. All that is part of this mizmor shir hamalos. So when we sing and when we cry out, what we're asking for, Rabbi Shalom, protect us, b'shoyma us across the board, shmira gashmis and shmira ruchnis. What about shir hamalos? Shir hamalos is a very different flavor altogether. Let's look carefully. We'll see something very fascinating if you look carefully at the words. Shir hamalos mima'amakim krasicha Hashem. Hashem Shimo v'koili im avonos tishmaka ki imcha aslicha yachel Yisrael Hashem kim Hashem achev habeimoy fedus v'yivtei so mikol avonosov. This is a totally different bakosha. A Yid cries out to the Rebbeinu Shalom, I know I have a pekel of Averis, and if a person owes the Rebbeinu Shalom in that way, he's in the red, he has to fix it. You can't go asking for things if your credit is bad. So you have to do tshuva. Look very carefully. In the Shir Lama Alois, the name of the Rebbeinu Shalom is mentioned a number of times. Every time it's written, Yud Kei Vov Kei. That's the Shem of Rachamim. In Shir Hamalos you'll see, Hashem Shima V'Koili, it's a loshon of Adnus. Im Avonos Tishmor Ka is also, what is Adnus? Adnus is Midas Hadin. As I state in Rabbeinu Bachai, in the beginning of Eschana, and the Pri Megadim in the Sefer Notrikin says very sharply, if you look in Mizmor Shechana Kasavais LeDavid, you'll see very clearly. We say over there, Eilech Hashem Ekra, Ve'el Hashem Eschanon. Sounds the same, but look inside. Hashem, the first Hashem is Midas Arachamim, Yud Kei Vav Kei. The second one is Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. What's the difference? And one posuk was switching. Says the Pri Megadim, because Hashem is Midas Arachamim. For most of our needs, we turn to the Midas Arachamim. The Ben Shem is so kind, Mig Dimani V'Ashalem, and the Ben Shalom just gives Shefa and Bracha to his Klal Yisrael. But there are times we have to face Midas Hadin, says the Pri Megadim. When is that? When we have Chatoim to deal with. We can't just go to Midas Harachamim. It starts off with Midas Hadin. The Koyach of Shaif is to be Mahapech Din V'Rachamim. But Ola Lekim B'Sruah, where does it start? It starts with Midas Hadin. So if you have a pekel, if you have things you have to do tshuva for, you have to face the Midas Hadin. That's Tachanun. That's the Tchina. That's the Bakosha of El Hashem Eschanon Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. That's the Pri Megadim's pshat in this posuk, based on Rabbeinu Bachai. So over here, Shem Ka is also Midas Hadin. Yud Kei Vav Kei is Midas Harachamim, but Ka is Midas Hadin. Hashem Miyamod Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. Nafshi La Hashem Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. 3 times in this mizmah. It's right there for us to notice. It's talking to Midas Hadin. Why? Because here we're coming with a request. We're saying, Rabbeinu Shalom, I can't go any further until I fix my Averis. Which might be a reason that we should say, when we're going to say both of those mizmorim, sometimes you hear Shir Hamalos said first, Shir Hamalos, totally arbitrary. There will be a very strong reason to say Shir Hamalos Mimamakim first. But first we have to fix ourselves. And then we can come to the Rebbeinu Shalom and have a bakasha. And you might ask me that the source of these, we say these two Mizmorim is a Mishnah in Tainus, where the Mishnah describes the different Seder of the different Ta'anesim, and when it gets very chomor, the Tzorah is very difficult, we add 6 brachas, and in those brachas we say some psukim to Zuchonis, psukim to Shofaros, and 4 Mizmorim, including these two, and the first one is Shir Hamalas and then Shir Hamalas. That needs to be answered, and if you look at the Mashor, you'll understand that they relate to the different brachas that we add. But Al Koponim, this is the yisoid of this mizmor. And if you look carefully now, as once we've opened our eyes to how the Pri Mekodim has explained things to us, you'll notice different places in davening where the Lashon Adnus is used. And just to finish up, one of them, which is very significant, is right before we start Shemona Esra, Hashem's Fosai Tiftoch, the Posuk Hashem's Fosai, Hashem is Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. Why we start Midas Adnus? For this very reason. Rabbi Yonis says in Brachos that really, Korban, Tefillah is b'makom Korban is not brought on a mazid. We are mazidim, unfortunately, the things that we do wrong, that we were mazid for. So we have to be mevakesh, Rebbeinu Shalom, please have the midas harachamim, children. We have to go to the midas hadin, which is saying, 1 second, you're going to stand up and daven Shemona Esra, and you want it to be a kapora for you. You're amazing. So we have to be mischanein to the midas hadin. Hashem's fosai tiftoch. Allow me, please, to be able to be mischanein and be mavakesh. So the Eibusher should bench all of Klal Yisrael with these two mizmorim, which are so different in their nature, and gives us the opportunity to appreciate both the shmir of the Rebbeinu and the Shem Hashem es kol e'avov, and the fact that we can be mischanein to the midas hadin, and all you have to do is a short tshuva, a little bit of a hira tshuva, a short vidui. A person steps up to Shemona Esra momentarily, as he says that posik. He says, Rebbeinu Shalom, I know I'm not where I should be. Please be moichel me. It takes 10 seconds, and he's utilized that posuk in an incredible way, and then he can be assured that the Rebbeinu Shalom will answer his tefillas.